So here's the table of contents, and here's just a couple of things we're going to touch on today. We're going to see that you are a voice. We're going to talk about your volume of passion. We're going to talk about your confidence and clarity. And we're going to locate your voice today. So if somebody came in the room today and feels like, I just don't know where my voice is, I don't feel like a leader, somebody say, today's the day. Today's the day. We're going to locate your voice today. I'm excited about that. And then last but not least, your voice, it really does matter. So sometimes you can feel really small in the room, but even the smallest thing can have the greatest responsibility. All right, so let's just go into this. I'm excited. So you are the voice. I want you to know that when you walk into a room, before you say anything, before you do anything, you alone are the voice. Because the first thing people do is look at you. They sizing you up. They looking at you from head to toe. They're looking at how you stand, what your posture is. Are you confident? Are you shy? Are you boring? How you dress? They clocking your shoes. They clocking your shoes. They looking at your bag. They looking at your earrings. Everything about you is a voice. So when you walk into a room, you got to know that you are a voice. So that if all you do is see me, I want to leave something in the room with you. If all you do is see me and we don't even hold a conversation, I want to leave a stain in the room, an odor, a perfume from when I was in the room that somebody will say, who was that? Who was that? So I want you to know somebody's going to say that and has already said that about each and every one of you. So the next thing is you speak more. Like your presence speaks more than your words themselves. Your presence speaks more than your words themselves, because you could say a lot, but if you're talking to me and you're saying, well, I do know how to make pound cake, I think use a little bit of vanilla, you don't, I'm a little questionable about what you really know, right? And so you have to be, again, confident. You have to stand straight up and be like, I know what I'm talking about. So you speak for more than just yourself. When you're in a room and somebody that wanted to be in the room could not be there, you speak for more than just yourself. You speak to that little 12-year-old girl outside. You speak to that 30-year-old man who couldn't get a seat in the room. You speak for more than just yourself. So think about that when you're speaking to people. Think about that when you have an opportunity. I think that this is one of my greatest opportunities, being in this room. I'm not worried about being at Carnegie Hall or anything like that. As long as when I'm in a room, I'm impactful, I'm effective, that means more to me than anything. It could have been two of you in here and I'm going to give the same energy, right? So again, you are the voice. Your voice sets the tone. So like I said, if I come in here with this soft, sweet, trying to be cute, you know what I'm saying? Or I have to just come in here and I have to be myself, that girl from the Bronx, New York that found her way to Georgia. Okay? The Big Apple that got a little bit of peach in her now. I have to be myself because that's the way you're going to receive from me. But if I come in here and try to be a replica of what somebody else is, because I think that's what needs to be in the room, you're not going to receive from me. So just know that you are the voice. I represent that girl that was in the Bronx cutting food. And I now represent that woman who is in the city of Savannah, holding a great position, that has the opportunity to speak to some great people right now. You are the voice. So your volume of passion. One of the things you need to know is, what are you passionate about? Sometimes we look at it like this. I'm passionate about, let's say, singing, but I need a 9 to 5. I need a check. So although I'm passionate about singing, what is going to bring me in finances? Right? And so let's just take that same scenario. I want to be a singer. I write my own songs. Well, maybe I can't just go off and become Beyonce or Tasha Cobbs, right? But I could write songs. Maybe I could get into a room where I'm writing songs and I hear songwriters make great money. And so what you need to do is locate your passion and see what's realistic for where you are today. What is it that you can do now that you are passionate about that's going to bring you a check? That's going to bring finances, money, impact, right? I mean, it's not all about money, but then it kind of sort of is, because we got to live. And inflation is crazy right now. So here's a quote that I found that says, it's hard to be nervous when your heart is on service. So before I got here this morning, I was shaking like a leaf. My boss was like, girl, you gotta go somewhere and pray. You gotta go where you are. I was like, my nerves. But then I remember the nervousness leaves because my heart is really true to this service. Like I'm really all down, like 10 flats for impacting, empowering, and inspiring. And so once you know what you are passionate about, when you know what your service is, you're not going to be nervous. You're going to walk into that thing like you've been doing it for 20 years. Because my heart is connected to this service. You really can't give something 100% if your heart is not connected to it. You can do it. But if your heart is connected to it, you do it differently. Like this woman said, and what her vision is, and what she's going to do with her daughter. She's locked in with her heart. And so that's how I know it's going to come to fruition. We're just waiting. So passion ignites passion. Because I'm hyped like this, it's going to get somebody else hyped. If I'm passionate about what I want to do, it's going to make you say, what's up? We can do that. Girl, meet me after work. We got to talk about this thing because passion ignites passion. That's why when you're at work, you got to have your hype buddy at work. I don't need nobody that's, no, I need my hype buddy. We can high five each other while we doing that paperwork. It's all good. We get, it's 4 o'clock. We got 1 hour left. High five because passion ignites passion. Where my passionate people at? Right here. Right here, dog. No, passion ignites passion. So being unapologetically vocal, you would not believe that I am an introvert, totally introverted. But I'm an introvert with extrovert tendencies. I know when it's time to go in and go on because I understand my assignment here on earth. And so I unapologetically am vocal, especially about this. This is something near and dear to my heart. Being in the room, seeing all of you leaders, because you're already a leader because you're in this class. You know, and so I'm going to say this thing unapologetically. You have to have an unapologetic tone when you're talking about your passion, your dream, your future, and what you want to see, what you want to become. Yeah. All right, so confidence and clarity. Like I said, if I walk in and I'm not confident, I have my head down, I'm looking every way but at you. I'm looking down and, you know, what I'm trying to relate to you is not clear to you. You don't understand that I want to activate your leadership voice. You're going to be looking at me like, I don't understand what she's talking about. You're not going to take no notes. You're not going to learn nothing. I'm not going to leave an impact on you. You're not even going to remember my name if I'm not confident and clear about why I'm in this room. Confidence commands attention. It's just that simple. It does. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter what you did. Your confidence is going to command the room. Yeah, y'all confidence is coming. Look how y'all looking at me. Period. Okay. So people trust what they can understand. If you can understand it, you're more likely to trust what somebody is saying. But if you're saying stuff that just don't make sense, I don't trust you. I don't even want to hear it anymore, right? Next, uncertainty will weaken your influence. If you come in uncertain, you have already lost me. You cannot influence me if you're not certain about what you're doing. If you're not certain about what your passion is, where you're going to be in 5 years, then no way can you influence me and help me get to where I need to be in 5 said years. Lastly, you need to flip the switch. Now, this was a download I added on my way to work. Because I was like, really? You giving me more? Okay. So flip the switch. And my thought behind this was, a light does not have time to make a decision. In other words, when you walk in the room, you flip the switch and it's on. Some of y'all are already in that leadership zone. You just got to flip the switch and say, it's on. You know, like I said, I was nervous, shaking like a leaf, but when I come through the door, and when Dr. B said, well, coming to your front is Monique Knight Wilson, I flipped the switch and I said, it's on now. And so some of you, when you get in the room, when you get the opportunity, when you're on that interview, you have to flip the switch. It's already in you. You already possess everything you need to have the loudest leadership voice. And again, it's not based on tone. It's not based on yelling. I don't have to yell to be a leader. But you must flip the switch when you walk into a room. Don't play with yourself like that, right? You're doing yourself an injustice when you don't flip the switch. So locate your voice. Now this is a good one because a lot of times you possess the voice, you just have to locate it. Where is it? If you're anything like me, like I said, I've been on my job 14 years. I have never held a leadership position yet with the city of Savannah, and I still don't. However, I'm a leader. I lead from the middle. My office is in the middle, and that's where I lead from. Behind my desk, I don't talk to many people. I, most of the time, communicate with detectives and officers, but I lead from the middle. People at my job, they come in my office and they ask me things. They ask me for advice. They ask me, well, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? It's because we lead from the middle. I don't have to be in the front of the line to lead. So just know, don't be discouraged if you're not in a leadership position right now. Continue to lead where you are. If you're anything like me, in an office closed away where not many people see you, but have the greatest impact. Because see, when you're pure and you're humble and you know what's in you, I could lead from anywhere. Put me in the back. Put me over there in the corner with this young lady. That's going to be the interpreter for the police department, because I'm going to put your name in the wind. But listen, it doesn't matter where you are. Just lead from there. All right, so now reflect on your strengths. What are your strengths? Because that's the thing you need to bring with you. I used to struggle like, well, what are my strengths? Again, I'm just this girl, I'm from the Bronx. When I talk, I say, oh, that's dope. And people look at me like, girl, where you from? So I had to figure it out. I was insecure because of my lingo, still sometimes. So you have to reflect on your strengths. But I do know one thing, I'm strong about passionate things. The things that I'm passionate about, that's my strength. You know, when I really care about something, I really have a heart for developing people. I want to see people win. People that are higher than me, above me. I've been in rooms and everybody was Dr. this, and you know, I got my PhD, and that's amazing. That's awesome. But I don't want to feel insecure in a room full of people just because there's a doctor in front of their name. I'm going to reflect on my strengths. What am I strong at? What can I offer? What can I bring to the table? Because what you have is so important. What you house is for somebody, no matter who you are. So practice speaking on purpose. A lot of the time I am in the mirror, I'm recording myself, I look back at myself speaking. I'm always practicing speaking on purpose and in purpose, for that matter. Because when I'm in a room, I want to have a purpose. I want to come in on purpose and because I'm in my purpose. So make sure that you practice speaking on purpose. Lastly, influence is not always front and center. Like I said, you can influence from the back, from the corner, from the side, from inside the office in the middle where nobody hardly comes to see you. You can influence from in there. So just know that influence is not loud. Influence is not always the one in the front. As a matter of fact, if I can just get like 3 people to help me, I have something I want to do, or just a little engagement. 3 people that can come up. And I just want to show you, don't be scared. If you don't come up, I'm coming to get you. If you don't come up, I'm coming to get you. Oh, you got more than 3 people. And somebody get in the front, like form a line going that way. And can you blindfold her? That's brand new. Ain't nobody put it on their face. Come on now. I don't even get down like that. But let's go ahead and blindfold her. Well, hold it. That's fine. See how the Dollar Tree do? You got to do it like that. All right, there we go. See, she's leading. She's leading. She's leading the room. All right. So now, looking at this, who's the leader? Who's the leader? Her in the front?
No, in the back.
Oh, it's her in the back now? But before she put the blindfold on, who will we deem as the leader? The one in the front. She's the one. She's the leader. But now she can't see, and she has to trust everything behind her. She can't see. She has to walk forward without tripping, and this young lady behind her is going to guide her. Tell her to walk to me. Give her the instructions.
She following your voice. You ain't even listening to me. I haven't said anything.
I'm telling her perfume. All right, I'm with you, Ms. Donna. You got it. You want me to move?
Okay, walk forward. Keep walking. Just walk forward. Walk with me. We walking.
All right, now stop there. Now you lead her.
Turn to your left about half a turn. That's good right there. Walk forward about 5 steps. Okay, you got small steps, so about another 5 steps. Turn to your right a little bit. Oh, look back to your left a little bit, I'm sorry. Right there. Walk forward about 5 steps again. And she is within arm's reach.
What is my point? My point is, just because she was in the front, she was not the leader. She was unable to see and had to trust the voices behind her. So there's always a leader in the pack. It doesn't matter when you stand in line. It does not. And I say that because I hear a lot of frustration from people that are like, well, nobody don't see me, and I can't do this, and I can't do that. Lead from where you are. Somebody will need you to direct them. People say, well, excuse me, can you tell me where the restroom is? And you say, oh, it's down the hall to the left, just go. You're leading that person. There's so many things that you can do throughout the day that is leadership. There's so many moments that you can use your voice, and it's leadership. Are you able to guide somebody when they cannot see? Are you able to hold it down when your supervisor isn't there, or when your manager is not looking? Can they trust you? Because influence is not always front and center. And I can tell you that wholeheartedly because that's how I live. I'm not in the front. Your voice matters. It's just a simple conversation. Your voice inspires people. There is a group of people connected to your voice and your voice alone. I can talk to this young lady all day. Girl, I can give her advice, and she might not receive from me, but she might receive from this young lady right here. And it goes like that all around. Everybody might not receive it from me, but they may receive it from you. And so that's the thing you always have to remember. Your voice inspires. Speaking up drives change. If you have an opportunity to give your manager, your supervisor an idea, something innovative you're thinking about, just know that speaking up, it drives change. That manager or supervisor is going to realize, man, Sister Apple, she keeps coming to me with these ideas. I really noticed that about her. Or Brother Banana, he keeps coming with these ideas. And I really, there's a light now on that person because they keep coming with their witty ideas or their innovation to help the job be done smarter. Speaking up, it drives change. Voicing ideas builds confidence. The more you start speaking your ideas to the people that you're around, that you work with, your confidence is going to build up. I watched everybody stand here and say what they were going to do in 5 years. The businesses that are getting ready to open that I am excited about, the CEOs, the owners in the room, the ones that's going to retire and turn up. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it. So voicing your idea, it builds confidence. The more you share, the more confidence you will get. Now I want to say that finding your leadership voice is connected to the things that you love. If you love leadership, then you have to study that. It is connected to training. It is connected to education and research. Because when you're passionate about something, what? You're going to research it. You can't just go out there and say, I'm going to open a clinic, but I don't know anything. No. When you're passionate about it, you research it. You get education behind it. You come into CMELA, Cohort 4, because you know that you're a leader and you just need to be activated. Okay? Now, confidence parallels with clarity. Again, if you're confident and clear, people will trust you. Now, I want to be a little bit transparent here. So many years ago, many years ago, it's been over 20 years or so now, I struggled with addiction. And when they say that you don't look like what you've been through, it's real. I really don't.
That's right.
But I struggled with addiction, and I was like, my encouragement for myself was in the toilet. What could I be now? I don't even know, what can I do? I had dropped out of high school. I didn't have my GED. But there was always something in me that said, girl, there's something down in there. There's a leader. I don't know what it is that I always felt all my life, but I felt it. I just didn't know how I was going to get to her. How was I going to locate that voice when people were judging me from what I did? Oh, I remember when she was out there drinking, turning up in the club. Now she's talking about she want to go be a professional. But I didn't let what people said deter me because I knew that there was a leadership voice, and I was just plowing, trying to get to that leadership voice. And so I want to say that sometimes your voice is developed in triumph, but sometimes it's developed in trauma.
Right.
Okay?
Amen.
That's sometimes where your voice wakes up when you think about the trauma, and you're like, I'm not going to let this bind me anymore. And so what I had to wind up doing was talking about, sharing, testifying about how I was an addict. So that I could break that tie off of me and be proud and show somebody this is a product of what you can be when you believe in your leadership voice. Right? I didn't really have somebody in front of me that had their degree and was showing me the way. People in my family worked. They had careers, but I didn't have it like directly in my face to see like a blueprint. And so I had to keep plowing and keep digging. But I feel it. Something's in it. So I turned to singing. I love to sing. I turned to writing. And I just kept plowing and say, where's my leadership voice? And one day, I found it. That day was when I decided to put my past under my feet, but to use it to help impact, encourage, and inspire somebody else.
Yes.
Now, most recently, I just became a widow. I was married 18 years, and I'm telling you, I loved my husband, y'all. And it's almost been 5 months. So it's very new. So I said, I can't do this. I kept saying, I don't have anything to give anybody. I'm hurt. I don't want to do this. And there's something in it that's like, but even in your pain, there's purpose. Even in your misery, there's still a message for somebody. There's still some encouragement. So what I'm saying is, I took some blows, y'all, that should have knocked me down. Many times I said I should be somewhere. I should be in Georgia regional, just somewhere. How am I doing this? But I remember my husband saying to me on his deathbed, I see you speaking in front of people. Man, you ain't never talked like that. He began to prophesy to me. I'm going to just say it. I see you speaking in front of people, and he even called out a salary wage. And so just like y'all that's finding your leadership voice, I'm believing my 5-year plan. I believe that salary that he called out to me, and I believe that I'm going to be the things that he was reminding me of, because all he was doing was reminding me. Because he knew I was going to be so hurt that I would want to quit. But I want to use my story to encourage you and empower you, that I had to find another voice, another level of my voice, a greater voice in trauma, in loss. I found a greater voice and a deeper depth of Monique Knight Wilson. I was like, oh, this girl is crack. And so I just want to encourage you right there to let you know, you might find your voice in trauma, and that's okay. And some of us, we do find it in triumph, the good times. We're like, ooh, that's good. I found my voice. But either way it goes, trust your leadership voice. When you go in a room, make your presence known. It's not the loudest one. I'm so humble. Outside of this, you won't hear me say a sound. A lot of people can attest to that. Danita's back there. We were in class together. I was quiet as a mouse until we had to do our presentation. I cannot wait to see y'all win. I cannot wait to hear the tone of the leadership voice. Literally, gusting in the winds of this world. I can't wait to hear about how your name was in rooms and how you left the scent of perfume. I can't wait to hear your success. Not a tragedy, but a triumph. I can't wait for you to start telling people about the door that was open, the thing that you were hoping for and you were gleaning to. I can't wait to see that happen for you. I can't wait to see when you go home and tell your children, guess what? I got the position. I'm walking in purpose and I'm walking in my mission. And everything that I aim for, I'm hitting. I can't wait until you stand up strong and tall. And you say, all this time I knew that this was within me. I knew that I had it in me. I knew